got Braden and Rosie with me today. We are on location at Lake Coffey up here at Beach Mountain. And Grandma has got some fun stuff for you guys today. But we can't do live, so you're going to have to enjoy our video from here. It's a little colder today, so we got jackets and they got coats. And Braden, you got to get your head back. Silly. All right. But we got, whenever we're in this beautiful, beautiful lake, you know what this reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me that how wonderful God is. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
That He can make such beautiful things like this. Do you know God has the whole world in His hands?
Yes.
Yeah, do you know that song? I can't
Yeah.
see Rosie in the picture. Here, come back up a little bit. See? No, now we can see you, okay? And there's a song called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
You going to help me sing it a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, go. He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 It works, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we have a story for you guys today. We're going to read Little Red Riding Hood. See?
What?
Yeah.
What?
You want to hear Little Red Riding Hood today?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Well, okay. Little Red Riding Hood. See, here's the picture. There's a little girl. See, and I've been talking about, come over here. I've been talking about how we do the 10 Commandments. We've been talking about, no killing and no stealing and no hurting people, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of the commandments is respect, okay? And it's to honor your mother and father and to respect your elders. Well, Little Red Riding Hood did that by going and taking care of her grandma, okay? She had a little bit of dangerous stuff along the way, but she went and helped take care of grandma. So we're going to read Little Red Riding Hood. It says, Little Red Riding Hood lived in a cottage by a wood. One day, her mother said, your grandma is ill. Please take this basket of cakes and fruit to her. See, she's got a basket. You have to behave. So Little Red Riding Hood set off with the basket, wearing her red cape. Don't talk to strangers, especially not to wolves, her mother called. And Little Red Riding Hood yelled, bye, Mom. See, she's in a little red cape, and she's got her basket of goodies that she's taking to Grandma. See?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I'll show you the pictures, and then I got to show them some pictures, okay?
Okay.
So Little Red Riding Hood walked through the wood. The trees were tall, and they made scary shadows. Suddenly, a wolf jumped out in front of Little Red Riding Hood. Ah! Hello, growled the wolf. Where are you going? I'm taking some cakes and fruit to my grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood. See? There's the big wolf. He's licking his lips. Look at him licking his lips.
No.
Oh, no. What's he going to do?
He's gonna.
What a sweet child, said the wolf. Why not pick your grandma some flowers, too? With that, the big bad wolf ran off, leaving Little Red Riding Hood happily picking flowers. She thought that was a pretty good idea, go take grandma some flowers, huh? See? She going to take grandma some flowers? Yeah, you see that? So while she did it, the wolf raced ahead and went to grandma's house. When he arrived, the wolf knocked softly on grandma's door. Knock, knock, knock. Let me in, Grandma, he called. I brought you some cakes and fruit. So he opens the door and goes, it's me, Grandma. But Grandma wasn't silly. That's not Little Red Riding Hood's voice, she said. So she made her bed and she hid in a closet. See, she hid in a closet. Look, Grandma's smart. She can hide from the wolf in a closet. See? Grandma? The wolf burst into the cottage. Grandma was nowhere to be seen. So the wolf had an idea. He says, I'm going to dress myself up in her nightgown, put on the cap, and got into bed. See? He's going to get into Grandma's bed. He don't look like Grandma. Does he look like Grandma?
No. He's great. Grandma's white.
And he got a big old long snout and everything. So here comes Little Red Riding Hood. Nope, 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 nope. Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. "Come in, dear," snarled the wolf in his nicest voice. "Grandma, you look odd," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Come and sit beside me, dear," growled the wolf. "Oh no, that doesn't look like Grandma." Little Red Riding Hood's looking at that going, "Grandma, you don't look the same."
Yeah.
Yeah. So Little Red Riding Hood sat on the bed. "What big ears you have, Grandma," she said. What did the wolf say? He said, "All the better to hear you with," replied the wolf. "What big eyes you have, Grandma." And he said, "All the better to see you with, dear." See, she says, "You got big eyes and big ears." He does. "And your teeth are just huge," exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood. And he says, "All the better to eat them, my dear." And he pounces off. Little Red Riding Hood screamed just like you guys and ran away. And the wolf leaped after her, but suddenly there was a banging on the door. See? Somebody banging on the door. She's running around. Don't knock the camera over. Yeah. Little Red Riding Hood opened the door, and there stood a woodcutter who heard her screams. He raised his axe, and he chased the wolf away. And the wolf howled with fear, and he ran past the woodcutter and out the cottage and ran into the forest. The wolf ran away because then Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma was saved. And Little Red Riding Hood and the woodcutter heard some strange knocking coming from the bedroom. And they opened the closet door, and out tumbled Grandma. Ha! See? Here, Grandma. Hey, she got saved.
Puppy!
Hold on. You gotta realize we're recording. "So this is cause for celebration," exclaimed Grandma. So she laid out a table, and she put out the cakes and the fruits that Little Red Riding Hood brought, and they all celebrated because they were safe. All safe and sound. Yay! And never again did Little Red Riding Hood ever talk to strangers, and she stayed away from a wolf. See, he's staying away from her too because the woodcutter was going to come save her again. She's smart, huh? So, that's our Little Red Riding Hood story today. And we have my helpers of Rosie and Brayden. I love you guys. And Grandma loves you all. You have a great day. And we're going to go do some fishing now, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
If you come here